Hello, and welcome again to the Summer and Dylan Bullshit Hour. We're playing a game again, because I'm a whiny crybaby, and I said that game was too sad, and I want them to be happier. So if you didn't watch the session of Knowing You that Summer and I played like a week, a million years ago, whenever that was.
Some time ago.
If you didn't watch that, you should be fine. This isn't like these characters aren't like a spoilerific story kind of deal. But if you did, we're gonna be playing the same characters that we played in that session of Knowing You, but in Starcrossed, and hoping that the tower doesn't fall immediately.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But before we do all of that, Summer.
Hi.
How have you been?
I've been great. I looked up the date. It was the 2nd of July. So it has been 11 days since we played. Doing great. I don't
Awesome.
I don't do anything, and so I'm like, what have I been doing?
I don't know. Yeah. We had session 0 for podcast.
Oh, yeah, we did. That did happen this week.
Running 50 billion podcasts.
Oh, yeah. We did our first 2 sessions of session 0. So for each podcast this past week, for the Urban Shadows podcast that I'm going to be emceeing for a lovely group of 8 people. It's going to be fresh. Got all of the intro and outro music that I commissioned, which is a bop. Starting to get back artwork. I got like a nearly finished work in progress yesterday for one of them, and I'm just very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, both the session 0s were equally entertaining, but totally different vibes. And the city that I fully expected to be darker, Cape Lorelei, is like, I think that they're confused about what game we're playing, because they're like all goofs, and it's going to be a really brutal reality when I start killing their goofs. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Did you have fun during session 0?
I had a terrible time. It was awful. I hated everyone. I just can't wait for it to be over already. No, it was great.
Yeah.
I went into it having virtually nothing prepared, as I always do with session 0.
Yes. Same.
And came out of it with a character who is a playbook. I still fully intend to not publicly state what my playbook is, and
I won't make you.
And tell everyone a different thing every time I ask. So someday, either y'all will suss it out because you're familiar with Urban Shadows, or I don't know, you'll live with the mystery.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited for it. I had like a vague idea. I had like the personality of the character I wanted to play going into it. And then I picked the playbook like 30 minutes before our session 0 started. But the world that we made, the city, I guess, that we made, is fucking weird. But pretty cool. And we made some decisions that are gonna fuck us over, I think, in the long run, but also kind of fuck the city over in the long run.
In a good way.
In an interesting way.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I had a extremely clear picture of what the city was like when we finished our session 0. For the other one, I still don't really know. Like, it's still kind of up in the air, and like, I don't know. They're totally different experiences for both of them. Both really good, but they're going to end up being very different games, I think. And very different players, like different characters and dynamic. It's going to be good. I'm really excited. But yeah, I don't want to be here, child.
Yeah, I guess I'm just sure. I have to figure out what voice
Or
I'm going to do for her. I think I'm going to try and do a sort of Valley Girl-esque thing, so that should be fun.
That'll be really, really fun because oh my gosh, I spent probably the past like 3 days making NPCs just to kind of tangle everything up even more because that's what I love to do. And I just have the best ones. Like I just can't, and I am so excited.
You
I just
all
have
the best NPCs.
Yes, they're all amazing, and I can't wait for them to make everyone mad all the time forever. That's their only job.
That is your primary goal in everything, right? It's just pissing everyone off.
Yeah, and making NPCs that make everything worse, specifically for you, especially with naming, which is what I'm going to continue to do.
Oh, do they all have like super similar names, or
no? Okay. It's not like that this time. I'm just naming them really trash names that like everybody is gonna hate. Because it's like, why don't you just give them like a normal name, you know?
Right.
But
a mood.
Yeah, it'll be fun. That's all I did this week.
Awesome.
And run some production, but that's, me sitting here drinking a Diet Coke, snacking and watching a show. But they can see me watching them.
Wait, you leave your camera on when you're doing
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, because I have a baby and cats, and so like people like to see those things, and so they get to have like a little special. They get to see those things behind the screen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Levi. That's why I was asking, because that's what I was doing during the show. I wasn't paying attention to the show. I was doing my own prep.
Yeah. Let's see. These last 11 days. I don't remember. I guess 11 days means that we had an episode of Burning Shores of Agilia, which was a fucking mess, of course.
Fun?
None of my character's evil has caught up with him yet. Somehow. Except for the part where my sister prayed for me and then a god showed up and showed me a vision. So that was a thing. Then
go home. Shoo. We don't need you here.
No gods, please.
No gods here. Thank you.
Busy being a borderline atheist running from a religious war. Please leave.
Yeah.
So that was the whole time. A lot of this week for me was spent in Photoshop and After Effects and Illustrator, getting stuff ready for tomorrow. If y'all didn't know, Travel, our Ryutama game, is coming back tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow. And I am definitely prepped already.
Sure.
So,
yeah. That was really convincing.
A lot of my week has been spent on that. Wednesday, I played a shitload of Spellforce. I feel like I'm like right at the end of the game. I almost finished it, I think, but then it wasn't done, and I was like, I can't go for another 3 hours. I don't know how long this is gonna be. So I'm gonna be back to that on Wednesday, along with Finding Paradise, which is the sequel to the Moon. But a thing that keeps happening in that game is, and I'm thinking of this because you were mentioning pissing people off with names, is they keep naming characters really similar stuff. Like, really similar stuff.
How? Rob and Ron and
I forget what the exact names were. There were two NPCs in the same faction that you meet at virtually the same time. That was like Alinar and Talinar, basically.
And you're just like, can we not right now?
I'm like, I'm sorry, you all have wildly different accents, so I can't tell, like, are you both referring to the same person and I just like misheard a consonant, or and then fucking your main character's last name is Tahar, and you're descended from this evil wizard Isamo Tahar, and so everybody calls you Tahar all the time. Tahar is your name. And then at one point you meet a guy named Rohan, which is very different from your own name. That's great. who was also like used to work for your evil father and then like defected, much like you did, except his last name is Tahir. It's literally Tahir. It's the same name, but the second A is changed to an I.
Welcome to your evil twin.
Yeah, welcome to the person who betrayed you. His name is your name, but slightly different. It'd be like if I fucking started working for someone and then my coworker was named Dylan, but with an O. Like, and then they betrayed me.
It's not a good time for you or for anyone.
It's really not. And maybe because like obviously in real life, a lot of people have the same names. That's a thing that happens. I am not the only person named Dylan on the planet.
It's annoying and it should be illegal.
But something about fiction means that repeated names feel weird. I think it's because names are intentional in fiction, right? Like names in real life are in essence random. There isn't presumably some narrative coordinator in the sky naming everyone.
Yeah, there's nothing like particularly fateful about your name.
Yeah, but like with a fictional character, someone picked that name and picked the name of the other characters.
Yeah.
And so if they're similar or if they're the same, it feels like that is supposed to mean something. Like if two characters have the same last name, they're probably related.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest parts of GMing for me, is making sure characters have unique enough names, especially in games where there are a lot of NPCs, like Power by the Apocalypse games, where generally you're supposed to name every NPC.
Yeah.
So
that's why you name your NPCs Garen Volcano, and no one will ever confuse him for literally anyone else potentially ever.
See, but you've run into this with From Dust. I have a world building problem, where I care too much. And you're like, yes, Dylan, I'm intimately familiar with this problem of yours. And so like different cultures have different naming conventions, and so
no Garen Volcano.
No Garen Volcano. No, because who the fuck is going to name their kid?
That is not the case in our Urban Shadows. He picked his own name. Sometimes you just pick your own name. Sometimes you just...
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, sometimes you just give yourself a better name. Also, there's fae, and demons, so their names, no rhyme or reason there, especially with some
that's
fae.
True.
They can they just kind of do what they want. Sometimes they change their name just to be a bitch.
Unless they're fae and From Dust, in which case they're either a literary reference or their name is some linguistic.
Unless they're my NPCs in From Dust.
That's true, in which case, fuck you. They exist
then I
solely
do whatever
to make me
I
angry.
want. They're all very special, and I love them.
Chat's being a good mom and getting us back on track.
Oh, sure.
We should probably play Starcrossed at some point today.
Right.
And in answer to your question, Carpe Guitarem, which is a great name, Levi is correct. It's a Google sheet that was created by @JL_NiceGirl on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't have the link to the original on hand, but it is very good. And actually, Summer, we should have talked about this in pre-show.
Sure.
But do you prefer to do touching the tower rolls?
I have, playing online, I've never done them, but I will tell you what, it is brutal when you play in person, especially when the tower is really unstable. I was looking at the instructions here, and obviously we can say the tower falls at 4 rolls rather than 5, which is danger, but we can do that if we want to.
Okay.
To compensate for touching the tower.
I'd be down for that. I've tried the touching the tower rolls and I just found them distracting.
Yeah.
And then I played a game where we did it and I rolled a 12 really early and it was like the tower would not fall that early. Like
Yeah.
legit, you can roll a 1 and just the
Yeah.
tower fall over, and that's like did you sneeze on the tower? What is this simulating? But
you have a cat, and your cat came over and like helped
pet
you.
me, motherfuck. Yeah. But I kept like, because talking is such a natural and easy thing, and like maybe touching the tower is easy to do subconsciously, but like actively rolling a die and then checking ended up being really distracting. So I'm happy to go down to
4. I'm also happy to not do it at all and leave it at 5. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've done every single time.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
I like
We're just gonna ignore that rule.
I like playing what I call the big baby rules, which is whatever is the least likely to have the tower fall on accident.
Yeah, sure. Or are we okay? So here's a problem I've come into with this sheet is the roll button doesn't always work.
I'm just gonna use a physical
die. I was gonna use one too. Wait, I picked a kind of blue one too.
Hey!
Yay.
All right. So do we want to make these characters then?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it literally at all.
I have thought about it a bit because, of course, you're playing the lead, right? And I'm playing the follow. So we need a name first.
We didn't do that.
We like almost intentionally didn't name our characters when we played Knowing You.
Yeah,
We
and
just
you're
sort of, like,
you're not required to.
So, I don't know. Do you have any aversions to the name Jonathan?
Nope.
Okay. My character's named Jonathan.
They go by Jonathan, not John.
Probably also John.
Okay. Both.
Named Jonathan. Friends call him John.
Yeah. I have a couple of names. I just gotta pick one. I'm going to.
I need a sweatshirt. 1 second.
Bye.
I'm gone. Look, San Francisco is cold. All right.
Sure. I'm so sad. Okay, I'm gonna do. I hate picking names because as soon as I do it, I'm happy with it. But it's like the picking it, and then like you're like, I'm in it. I'm gonna do Ada.
Ada. All right.
I just don't. Do I want to spell it ADA?
Is there another way to spell it?
Excuse me. This is edit only, or this is view only. I can't even write on it.
I'm a monster. Why
would you even create such a thing?
Refresh.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Yes, John's pronouns are he, him.
Yes.
And Ada's pronouns are she, her. And then we pick this one, right?
Yeah.
As a disclaimer, I've played like 3 games over 2 sessions of Starcrossed ever, so.
Yeah. I love this game and have played it a ton, specifically with Katie.
I remember your surfer beach boardwalk people. That was
our beach babes.
That was good.
Callie and damn, I can't remember the other one. They were both beach puns. Sheila, that was it. Boo, I hate us. Okay. Yeah, we pick our own attractive feature. What they think is their most attractive feature.
Oh God, how much of his trauma and baggage has John gotten over in the intervening time?
We had to not talked about how much time it has been.
We haven't.
I wrote taste in music. She thinks that her taste in music is really spicy.
I don't have the word for it Like, he's dependable. Dependability.
There you go.
I can't type.
I'd agree with that.
There we go. Ability. Hopefully I spelled that right. All right, and then we pick each other's not realize.
Yeah.
Also, you're an anonymous lemur on this, which I appreciate.
That is... Good. I wish I could pick what I was.
There's stuff like chupacabra and unicorn in there. Like, it'd be great if you could just choose. All right. They not realize is attractive. I'm just gonna go back into our DMs and scroll up to the stuff we wrote for knowing you. Because I'm a dirty cheater. There is a Nyan Cat option in Google. Which, am I a bad internet person for not knowing where Nyan Cat even comes from?
It's that rainbow cat, right?
Right, like I know what it is, but
it's just a video. That's just where it came from.
Someone just made that and was like, I made this, and everyone was like, great.
We agree.
I love it.
That's what they said.
We agree that you made this. The internet makes some weird stuff. Coming up with stuff that's attractive about fake people is surprisingly difficult.
Yeah. I think it's easier to think about it of like what is important to your character when they're looking at someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easier to make decisions about yourself.
That's a good point.
And then put that on someone else. Just be like, you have that now.
You're this way. I have decided. Massive muscles. Oh my god, chat.
That's what's important to me.
He's the Hulk.
Okay, I picked my other one.
Great. Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
My girl was useless in every conceivable way, so it's hard to think
part
of
of
things
the
that are
problem is we mostly
her.
talked about how
awful
fucks stuff up.
She's really good at keeping secrets.
That's not a... Nope, that's not sexy.
What?
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't want to kink shame. I mean, you already picked taste in music.
Yeah, she realized
got a nice
it's attractive. Oh.
I mean, I think the why can't they act on their feelings sort of answers itself.
Okay, but why can't they get back together is like... Okay. You're gonna be mad.
Oh my god, chat. I love the way you know state secrets. Oh, Jesus, Summer. Alright, and the show's done because I'm dead. Whew. Alright.
So fun.
So fun. What a
I'm really fun to play with.
It's true. Okay, and then we need to each do 3 rolls to set up the...
Yeah.
To prime the tower. So let's see.
Get this shit going.
A 3?
I got a 9.
That's 6?
I got 14. So far we're doing great.
And
Even
a
spread.
16.
A 19.
Nice.
Look
Hey,
at
I got
that.
a 6 and a 16. You got a 9 and a 19.
Beautiful.
All right. So, Starcrossed. We have a series of scene props that we will be going through, and I believe we establish the scene together, and the lead makes the first move.
No, the lead establishes the scene.
Gotcha.
So the lead sets the scene, and the follow says when it's over.
Sweet.
Which is, they're both equally powerful because I was the follow for me and Katie's unstreamed pizza dreams, and she was like starting to say something. I was like, nope, scene's over. And literally like just you can end it and cut somebody off from getting the things that they want, and it's very powerful. Yeah, and then we make actions in those scenes, and the lead acts intentionally and the follow acts unintentionally. Usually.
We get one.
The whole game.
Yeah.
To act unintentionally for me.
And you can only
for you.
You can only do each move once
per scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And our goal, if we want the quote unquote happy ending, is to get up to 20 total rolls before the tower falls over. That's it.
They all end in you acting on your feelings. The epilogues are just trash, worse until you get up to the end.
Yeah. Everything's terrible. Everything looks okay, but it's not, but it is terrible, and everything's great.
Yeah.
Are basically your options.
Yeah.
So.
Are the epilogues somewhere in here?
No. But
we don't know what they are.
Yeah, I don't. No, look, we're gonna get to a 20, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Well, one of us can knock the tower over literally at any time and end the game.
That's true.
So I could do it right now, and we'd get the worst ending. Stream over.
We never even met.
It's canceled. We technically have met, which is I actually did think about the introduction.
Okay.
If you want to start.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I think, because obviously we've met before, so this isn't like we're meeting for the first time. Do you have a preference for how long it's been? A minute.
Like at least a year, I feel.
Enough time for it to not be so raw and awful.
Yeah. Probably because our characters were together for like multiple years.
Yeah.
Is the impression I got.
Yeah.
So maybe like 2 years later?
Yeah. Yeah, that works for me. So I like the idea of, we obviously had some overlap as far as friends went, just because we were together for so long. And so I think that's what's happened is we've both been invited to a party of a mutual friend, not necessarily knowing that the other person is going to be there. I don't know if either of us would be too afraid to ask. It's like, I'm not going to go if I know, so I'm just going to go and not know.
Yeah, John absolutely would be like, I don't want to know. I'm just going to assume she's not there.
Yeah. But the way that I'm picturing it is that within this friend group, significant others have changed. And so I show up to the party and one of our like mutual friends' girlfriends basically is walking me around and like introducing me to people and doesn't know, because it's probably not spoken about really.
Right.
So she's very new to the friend group and literally like
introduces us.
It's like, Ada, this is my friend John. Like, I think you guys would like each other.
Okay. All right, I can do this.
Yeah. And I think Ada is definitely trying to play it cool and be like, I don't think she even says like we know each other. Like, I think she sticks out her hand to be like, I'm Ada, it's nice to meet you.
And John sort of looks confused and says, yeah, John, and he'll shake your hand really awkwardly.
Yeah, and I'm intentionally touching the follow.
Yeah.
Obviously. 20.
All right.
And I think that what's her face, Jennifer, who knows who she is, she gets called away and is like, you two talk, like it's a party, and she thinks that like at least I'm not socially awkward enough that it will be uncomfortable.
Right.
Have we seen each other at all in 2 years?
No. I don't think so. Because like you moved out, right? And
yeah.
I think even like when you moved, we stopped going to the same parts of the city, basically. Yeah. And so this is the first time we've at least talked to each other since.
Yeah.
So, how have you been?
I've been good. Just working in the city still. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Same. Just, work. Got promoted actually recently. Project
congratulations.
Manager. Thanks. Yeah. Sort of a long time coming, really.
Yeah, I mean, you've been there long enough.
Well, you know how it is. People don't want to let go.
I'm surprised that you're here. I didn't know if you would be.
Oh, yeah, I didn't expect to run into you either. But promotion needs more work, and that means I need to make more time to see friends. So, figured I'd put in the effort to get out of the house.
Yeah, I just, haven't really seen you in any of these things.
Oh, right. Yeah, I had a thing last time Jennifer threw one of these. Didn't really pan out. And I think I'm unintentionally revealing that I went on a date.
Fun.
That's an 8. Still in the singles.
Yeah, we're still doing good. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I guess.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of luck over the past couple of years. But I guess that's not terribly surprising. I think I'm intentionally revealing stuff. Specifically, that what you said was right. That nobody else could handle my bullshit.
Oh, ow! But he didn't mean it.
18. Still spicy.
He He looks at his drink. I just, just gotta give it time, right?
I thought that's what I'd been doing.
What about you? Just working in the city. Anything else? Been any shows recently?
No, I've been pretty unlucky these past couple years. It's actually, I don't know if you knew this, I moved away for a little while.
Oh.
Just for 4 months, I think. Try my luck somewhere else, but I always come back, so.
Yeah, cities like that.
Anyway, maybe we should catch up sometime, like properly. If you'd want to. We don't have to if that's awkward.
No, that'd be good. Yeah. He reaches into his wallet and pulls out a business card. And I think when he hands it to you, their hands touch briefly.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unintentional touch. Power Gaming Starcrossed.
That's how you got to do it. We're here. We're out for blood.
I feel like that's like a lot of story games. People talk about the divide between narrative and metagaming or power gaming and whatnot. I really think like story games in particular have like really incentivized power.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hands you his card and then just sort of stands there for a really awkwardly long second.
Yeah.
And says, I told Brian I was gonna help him in the kitchen, so nice seeing you though.
Yeah. I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
She kind of like
when he turns and walks away, and I think like he gets into the kitchen and then like lets out the longest held in sigh, and that's our scene.
Oh, that wasn't uncomfortable at all.
It was deeply uncomfortable.
Running into exes at parties is so fun.
Is the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Jess.
So how do we go from that to a little embarrassment?
I feel like I've stumbled onto something on the CW, Jess says. CW, hire us to write
You're not
a TV
wrong.
show for you.
How do I create a scene that has a little embarrassment in it?
Do you accidentally text me or call me?
Accidentally. Fuck. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Oh, Jess says drunk text.
That's what I was thinking. Because what is better than a drunk text?
Oh no.
Oh no. Here's the thing about a drunk text. Oh, I've actually got a perfect plan.
Okay.
Don't worry, everybody. Because I was like, how can you touch when you can't and with a text? But I've got a plan.
No.
I think it's like a few weeks later,
mm-hmm.
and she has not reached out at all, and like probably has really no intention to. And it's like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and you get a text that just says, "Hey," with an exclamation point and a smiley face. I guess it would be an unknown number too if you don't have her number saved anymore.
No, he definitely doesn't. Which is why he gave her his card instead of saying, "I'll call you." Yeah, he. I reply, "Hey, sorry, my contacts got deleted. Who is this?"
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Right?
Yeah, she texts back, Ada. That's it. Why are you awake? Or did this wake you up?
It woke him up. He's literally laying in bed. He's laying down. He's got his phone there. And I think we can hear like the ticking of a wall clock as he just sort of stares at the text message.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a on your end we see like John is typing and then nothing. And John is typing. ...
Nothing.
And then what's up?
I think a really long time goes by. Like the first 2 texts were like pretty immediate, and it's like probably 6 or 7 minutes later, and it's been read, but it hasn't been responded to.
John falls back asleep.
In
a long day.
She texts you, "Are you busy?"
And John like sits up. And looks at the phone. And looks around the room. And puts the phone down and gets out of bed. And gets dressed. And then goes back and replies, no?
She texts you an address. That is a club that you would know that she went to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When they were together. And she sends that and then immediately just says help afterwards.
He is already out the door. I think he's like putting his shoes on in the car as he's on his way. And then he gets to the club and like I think we see a shot inside the club as he like sort of rushes in. He's a mess. He got dressed but not particularly well.
Yeah.
He saw the help and then was in a hurry. And he's like plugging his ears and looking around.
Yeah, I think that she's like standing at like a cocktail table that's like off. There's like a dance floor and she's kind of off to the side. And there's this guy that's standing there like aggressively close to her, talking to her. And I feel like you would know that she's kind of uncomfortable, obviously very intoxicated, but she's putting it on like she's enjoying herself. But when she sees you, she like turns towards you and walks over to you and kisses you. I'm intentionally touching the follow. Don't worry, everybody. I rolled a 20 because of course I did.
Cause that's her first double.
Yep. And she pulls back and she's like, "What took you so long?"
Sorry, got held up. Brian had he had to feed his cat. Sorry. Here now though.
Yeah, I'm ready to go if you're ready to go.
Yeah, I think it's been a long night, so yeah. And he just turns and like stops, like falters incredibly awkwardly for a second, and then puts his arm out.
Yeah. Uh she takes your arm and starts basically dragging you out.
Yeah. Um, and when they get outside, he says, "Are you okay?"
Um yes. I'm fine. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course.
I can get a cab or something. Like you don't need to worry about it. I
No,
just
no,
couldn't.
no.
He
I'm.
kept like cornering me.
He looks back over his shoulder. Um, I'm just around the corner. I'm parked just around the corner. Let me drop you off.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm already up.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think I'm unintentionally revealing that I was asleep.
Yeah.
13. And he'll start leading the way to his car. And I think he like once they get outside, he put distance between the two of them.
Yeah.
But when they get to the car, he opens the door for you. And then like puts a hand on your shoulder briefly as you're getting in, just sort of absent-mindedly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that an unintentional touch too.
For sure.
Shaboom. I should be on 2 of these. I'm really bad at checking these things.
That's fine.
All right, 10. And then he like pulls his hand back when he notices and awkwardly gets in the driver's seat. So where am I going?
Do you remember Shelly? She was like an intern when I first started. You might not remember her.
Yeah, yeah.
I live with her now, so
Oh,
that's super fun.
well, I guess you will never want for entertainment.
Yeah, she actually came out with me tonight and left me.
What a pal. He starts up the
Yeah.
engine and starts driving.
Yeah. She's definitely fun to live with, but like as far as like roommates go, I don't know, watching out for each other, she is bad at it.
Well,
I mean, I guess they can't all be you. I'm intentionally revealing something personal. You're the best roommate she ever had. That's a 6.
Talk about distracted driving. Yeah, guess not. Well, if anything comes up or you just need someone to watch your back, you got my number.
I don't really think I can call you for that kind of thing anymore.
He just sort of like looks over. I mean, you kind of just did.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, really.
I just had, your card in my wallet.
Okay. Look, I think we're like pulling up at this point. I'd rather you be okay. Seriously, don't worry about it. And I think I'm intentionally revealing something personal.
You're one shot?
I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
7. I just really just. I'd rather you be okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, well, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
To bed.
Yep. Good night. Sleep well. And he waits for you to get out of the car, and I think the scene is over.
Yeah.
I love how awkward they are. We're at the top of an hour.
Oh, cool.
We're only 2 scenes in. I think this is a good time for us to take a break.
Yeah.
So we're gonna step away for 10-ish minutes, and when we return, we will see more.
Can I get more awkward than this?
it's just downhill from here.
Yep.
Hey, see you all soon. Welcome back to the Summer and Dylan Bullshit Hour. We left off, I think, with a little embarrassment, right?
Yeah. So we're doing finding common ground now.
All right, set the stage for me. What's going on? Summer's so happy about this.
Okay, being the lead is hard. I think she texts you like 2 days after the incident.
What time of day is it?
Normal time of day,
Okay.
like lunchtime, and offers to take you to lunch like later that week to pay you back.
It gets left on red for a little bit. I think he's like at work.
Yeah.
We see him at his desk. He's got like a Tupperware of lunch in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone, and he's just looking at it. He takes a bite of his food. And then like looks at his office door. And goes to Google and is like, is it okay to go to lunch with your ex?
I think
nothing useful.
As you're doing that, she texts you again
Mm-hmm.
and says you can say no.
And he says, sorry, at work, someone had a question. That would be great.
Yeah. And how do we want it to be a restaurant that we used to go to when we were dating? Or is that too bad?
I think that's Ada's call. Does she want it to be a restaurant that they went to when they were together?
Probably not. Fuck. She probably wants it to be neutral ground. Yeah, she knows where you work, obviously. And just mentions like a brunch place, like really close by.
Yeah.
And gives you time for like the next day. She gives you a time, but she intentionally shows up like pretty early because she doesn't want to be the one that's like looking. And so she's probably already seated when you get there.
Fuck. It's like it's close to his work, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he might have headed out early, so they might show up at the same time.
Yep, that's uncomfortable. She's like, I'm here early so I can get here before him, and then he's walking in at the same time as me. That's fun. So we come into the restaurant together. I've never actually eaten here before, but I've heard that it's good according to the internet. So,
well, the internet does know a lot of stuff. So,
the internet has never lied.
not that I can think of. He immediately thinks of yesterday. Should I go? Is it okay for me to go to lunch with my ex? But yeah, I haven't eaten here either. I always see it on my way to work, but I haven't. I just haven't come in here, so I'm excited to see what all the hype is about.
Yeah. I think there's like a little bit of uncomfortable, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, uncomfortable silence like while we're waiting to be seated. But I think it's like pretty fast. And they're seated and she's kind of looking through the menu. I just really wanted to say thank you again for the other night. I am kind of horrified at myself.
No, really, it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm really, I'm not just saying that.
Yeah. I did kiss you though, which seems like it should be a pretty big no-no.
Yeah. I mean, extenuating circumstances, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to let me off easy, then that's fine.
It's better than having to get in a fist fight.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Need my hands for work, so.
So lunch is on me. Get whatever you want.
Ooh. I think there's a breakfast food or brunchy food that Ada made once on like an anniversary or something as like I cooked. I maked a food as a gesture. And I think he orders that. I think it's like something that is not particularly hard to make. French toast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she gets something with avocado on it.
Sure you can afford rent with that?
Yes, I'll be fine. And anyway, I think that I might be doing a show pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's at this place across town, but you know, once I know more details, maybe if you'd want to come, I'll be inviting a lot of people, I'm sure.
That'd be great.
Okay. Anyway, so how have you like actually been?
I think he leans back a bit, and it's a lean back that you recognize. It's the like letting go of stress.
Yeah.
Lean. It's just been. I thought project management would be all fun and games, and it turns out it's really a lot of talking to clients that really don't know what they want. And I don't know. It's exhausting having to know what people want for them. You know?
That isn't exactly what I meant. And she's intentionally revealing that she was asking about your romantic life.
Oh. I'm sorry. I am so used to people asking about work.
Yeah, you know that I really don't give a shit about project management.
Yeah, who does?
Not to be rude.
He sips his coffee sort of awkwardly. All right. Not great, honestly. Had a couple, like, friends introduce me to someone things, but nothing past a first date, so. But that's good. Gives me more time to work on, work and myself.
Yeah. I like, as much as I do want to, thank you for what you did the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of thinking a lot about it, and I would really like us to be friends again. And I thought that maybe we could, we haven't really talked about everything.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me address those separate statements individually. Yes, that would be great. Honestly, I've missed hanging out with you, and I think he's unintentionally revealing. Because he's been so chill and cool about it so far.
He's been so chill.
Oh, fuck. That's 3/8 now?
Calm down, 8s!
Oh, fuck.
We're only at 11.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm not stressed. You're stressed. But, yeah, you're right. We haven't really talked about what happened. I actually should, and I think at that point, like, the server comes with our food. And there's that awkward moment where it's like,
just stop talking.
Yes,
just
like, thank you.
This looks great. Please leave.
Could I get a side? Thank you. Goodbye. And he, like, half-heartedly pokes at his French toast with a fork. I want to apologize, actually. That obviously I was a mess. I think maybe we both were, but I said some things that were really not fair.
No, I think they were fair.
I don't really know how to respond to that. I didn't. I didn't mean it. I just I think at the time I was sort of in denial a little bit. And I was making excuses. But everyone's got their stuff. And you had your reasons, and I should have respected that. So, 2 years late, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too. You were the best friend that I ever had, and I fucked up in more ways than one. So I'm sorry. And she reaches out and like squeezes your hand. I'm intentionally touching the ball.
Yeah, you are. Don't roll an 8.
It's a 5.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I'm terrified. We should probably eat this food before it gets cold.
Yes.
And he starts to eat, and then says, so this show coming up, new material?
Yeah, I figured that if nobody wanted my old shit, then better change it up. And I guess it's working. So maybe I'll have more info in like a week or so, and I can text you.
Yeah. He like reaches toward a pocket and then goes, "You already have my number."
Yeah. Yeah, I invited you here, remember?
Right. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. I thought you were already here when I showed up and just happened to run into each other. And he adjusts himself, and I think their feet touch under the table. I'm unintentionally touching the lead. Shapow.
Whoa.
Not an 8.
No feet on Twitch.
No feet on Twitch. Monka TLS. And unintentionally touching the lead. I press the button. And I think that's the scene? I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Good work setting us up for the next scene.
Yeah, hard at work. Yeah. I don't have an idea of what she does.
Me neither. To be honest, when I asked you, have you been to any shows recently? I was asking like, have you gone to see any music or anything? So, but now she's a performer of some kind. Is she like a comedian or a musician?
I think she's an artist.
Oh.
I think she does like sculptures. I think she does like pottery type shit.
That kind of. There you go.
That kind of show.
Well done.
So she's probably doing like a gallery opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's probably like a smaller gallery. But it's really, really nice. Like probably a lot nicer than anything that you'd seen her showing in when they were together. And she's invited not a lot of people. Like, oh, super fun. Her sister's there. Do we remember from knowing you that her sister was the one that told her secret about downloading Tinder?
Yeah.
So we're all there together.
What's Ada's sister's name?
Clara.
Clara. Okay.
Yeah. So she's making the rounds and saying hi to everybody after like a brief like opening talk about what the art is about, blah blah blah. Who cares? And I think when she sees you, she comes over and gives you a hug, and I'm intentionally touching the pillow right away.
Spicy.
Just going for it. 18.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. 18, not 8. Don't worry. Don't get scared.
Okay.
If it had been 8. We're only at 14, so we gotta
6 to go.
6 to go. We can do this. Easy.
There's a moment, I think you can feel him like get a little tense.
Yeah.
But he hugs you back.
You came. I mean, you said you were
Of
going to
course.
come, but I didn't, stuff happens.
I don't know. I like to keep my promises.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to look around yet?
No, actually. Do you want to walk and talk? I don't know. Maybe you've been talking about your work too much already today.
I mean, we can walk and talk and you can look at it and we don't have to talk about it unless you like particularly like it.
I mean, and he just sort of like does a cursory look around the room. First impressions are looking good so far, so.
Yeah, we could do a loop. And she starts like walking and there's like pieces. I think that this particular show is a lot of like plates, like really like ornate, decorative, very figurative plates, where it's mostly like painting, but they're all like hanging from the walls and like these like really cool, I don't know, displays, whatever. And she's kind of walking with you around and like pausing a little bit to give you time to look at each of them. So it's been a while since you've seen my stuff.
Yeah. Is it rude if I say it's improved? Like it has, but that doesn't mean it was bad. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would hope that, 2 years down the road, I would be at least a little bit better than I was. Techniques improve with practice.
I suppose you're right. And I think like somebody comes to look at the art and he sort of like moves you to the side to make space. And I am unintentionally touching the lead. Don't be an 8. Yes. 17.
Nice.
We're doing it, Summer.
We're doing it.
And he moves you to the side and says, sorry.
I was actually really nervous about what you would think. I'm intentionally revealing something. 4. Yeah. I mean, not like you've been a super harsh critic or anything, but you were always pretty honest with me about what you thought, so.
I mean, your art hasn't really needed any harsh critique.
Some people might disagree with you.
Well, I mean, some people are wrong. There's no accounting for bad taste, Ada.
So I heard something interesting about you.
Really? Do tell.
I heard that you went on a date with Shelley.
And I think he was like in this joking sort of flirty mood.
Yeah.
In his response. Yeah, that was a mistake.
Really? Because she seemed to really like you.
Did she? Because she seemed really interested in, I don't know, Riverdale or something.
Is that all she talked about?
Yeah. I haven't watched Riverdale.
Well, she said that she really, really liked you, and she was thinking about stopping by tonight because I told her that you were maybe going to be here. Maybe you guys will get married.
Oh, God. Yeah, and then I can watch Riverdale reruns or just...
the rest of your life.
They don't even do reruns. It's Netflix. Whatever. Yeah, my life can just be an adaptation of comics that you buy in the grocery store.
Yeah, you can move in with the two of us. Wouldn't that be super fun?
I mean, I don't want to argue that it wouldn't be fun. But relaxing and clean, and you know, a home is a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't been inside our place. Clean is not a word that I would use to describe it. Chaos is probably a better word, especially since I don't exactly have a full studio anymore. And so I'm like
Oh, no.
half work at home. I had probably twice as many plates as this at one point.
I mean,
But I live with Shelly, so
yikes.
she doesn't know what's like Pottery Barn and what's for a show.
She just sort of like looks at the wall and then looks back to you. Does she have eyes? I'm pretty sure she did last time we met, but
Yeah.
maybe I just didn't notice through all the
Eyes,
Netflix.
yes. Brain, I don't know. It's up in the air.
Yeah, I don't think that particular romantic avenue is going to go anywhere for me.
Yeah, really, I was just kind of surprised that you asked her out.
We ran into each other, and I don't know. My friends have been, Brian and Kate in particular, have been really on my case.
Yeah, they don't want you to die alone, probably.
Yeah. Apparently, life doesn't have fulfillment unless you share it with other people. So, I don't know. They might be onto something, but I think I would rather get to know someone and know that I appreciate them and take that somewhere than just sort of jump at anything that looks like an opportunity. And I think he's unintentionally revealing something, which is that he is kind of not dating right now. That's a 1! Huzzah!
Woo.
I've never been so happy for a 1 on a d20.
We've only got 12 and 15 left unchecked, so we gotta go for it. Have a conversation with your die. Yeah. I think she like turns and like we see her sister come in late, which is not a surprise. Yeah, Clara just got here, so do you want to say hi to her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And she says it like it's fine, but it's like she's a little bit uncomfortable. And I think I'm unintentionally revealing something.
Ooh.
That she's nervous about your relationship with Clara.
Ooh.
3.
Okay. You sighed and I was like, uh-oh.
We're okay.
Yeah, he goes over with you. Do you go to like meet her or do you like wave her over?
I think she kind of meets us in the middle. Like she obviously wants to say hi. And probably seems really shocked to see you there.
Yeah, and I think John plays it off really like no big deal. And I think, yeah, he picks up on your nervousness. But I think we can end the scene there. I don't think anything else in particular happens there.
Yeah.
Which leads us to close, quiet, and alone.
I have exactly 0 ideas for this. If you have any
0?
ideas.
Um,
Chat, help.
it could be the same day.
It could be at the end of the show.
Yeah, like helping you clean up.
Yeah, because there's only a certain extent to which your friends will help you clean up, like champagne flutes, plastic champagne flutes, and food before they leave.
And I think John will see that as an excuse to stick around.
Yeah, I think there's like a back area where they were keeping like, there's like a fridge or something where they're keeping most of the food, and she comes out back into the main area, and like more people had been there and they're all gone but you. So she's like surprised that you're there still. Oh, I thought everyone left me.
Well, I saw dishes. He's got like a bunch of plastic champagne flutes. We're recycling?
There's a couple of bags that I'm just kind of filling up in the back. You really don't have to like say.
I don't mind. It, unless you would rather. I understand this, like it's a lot of being on. So you would prefer the
No, if I can get out of here faster, that would be great. Extra set of hands.
Great. Well, my hands are yours.
Yeah, and I think she starts cleaning up. Pretty quietly. Like she doesn't really know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Now that like the show's over and like she said everything that she kind of wanted to say regarding the relationship.
There's that awkward silence for I think like a couple minutes because they're working, right? So they can use the work as an excuse to not feel weird about the silence. Yeah. And then he like comes over to help cleaning up one of the tables and says, "So Riverdale, huh? What a show."
Yeah, a gift to all of us. A true treasure, national treasure.
On a completely unrelated note, there is a movie coming out that, and he'll name a movie that is a thing. And I saw the trailer, and it seemed sort of like your thing. So, in case you weren't aware, but also I am planning on going next weekend. If maybe you wanted to see it together and then overanalyze it until we hate it.
Yeah. Movies is something that friends do, right?
I'm pretty sure that happened in Riverdale at one point, right?
I'll be honest, I've never seen Riverdale.
Me neither, but I've got one joke and I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm busy. I could make that happen.
He pulls his phone out. I'll send you an invite.
Yeah. If you want to buy tickets, I'll buy snacks.
Sounds fair. Your sister seemed pretty awkward, and I think I'm unintentionally revealing that I was picking up on all of the weird tension there.
Yeah.
12. Hey, a blank space.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Precision. Precision rolling.
Chat really wants us to roll an 8.
Yeah. Yes.
I caught a bit of like a whispered conversation after I walked away. Is everything okay?
Yeah. She thought it was a bad idea that I invited you. I think she likes you more than she likes me.
I mean, I think she maybe likes stirring up trouble more than she likes you. I could be wrong. You've known her longer.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, I mean, like I can't really blame her for thinking that because I've wondered if it was a good idea. I'm intentionally revealing that she's not sure it's a good idea that y'all are friends. 2.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, like I want to be friends. I just like don't know if it's a I mean, they generally say, right? Like don't
I don't know, but in my opinion, if you can't be friends with your ex, then that says something, right?
yeah.
And I don't know, things seem to be going well.
Yeah. So far so good. We've made it
Anyway.
through a lunch and a show.
I mean, that's basically a date. And he sort of stops when he says that. And can't course correct. He just sort of like stops and like you can see the awkwardness of that statement like visually on his face.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Well, look, it's been 2 years. People change. I am not the same person I was 2 years ago. Thank God for therapy. So.
Really? Because you're the last one here helping me clean up after a show.
I see your point.
So what's different?
I want to be here. Because of me. I think I'm in. I'm not doing a thing because I can't be doing a thing.
You can't.
Nope. Anyway, I sent you an invite. So. He looks around at like the pretty much clean studio and like, I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Drive safe. Buckle your seatbelt. I don't know. I'll see you next weekend. And that's our scene.
That's not a weird thing to say as you're leaving at all.
It really is.
Seatbelt. Wow, I didn't get stuff. We didn't get a touch. Oh, we hit 20.
We did.
Yeah. Wow. A disagreement becomes heated.
Okay.
I don't think she comes to the movie.
Fuck. Summer. Okay.
I think she texts you like 15 minutes before it's supposed to start. Like she's supposed to be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she just sends you a text that says like something came up, can't make it. Sorry.
He replies pretty quickly. Says, "Is everything okay?"
She texts back, "Yeah, don't worry."
I don't think he replies. I think he goes and sees the movie. And then he gets out like 2 hours later, and looks at the text conversation, and his thumb just sort of hovers over the call button. Fuck. And then he calls you.
Yeah. She picks up, and you can hear like people talking in the background.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Hello?"
Hey, it's John. You have a smartphone, so you already know that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call and say that the movie was good, and if your schedule opens up, I would be happy to see it again.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I suppose I probably could have just texted you. Sorry to interrupt whatever's going on.
Yeah, Shelly just had like a minor emergency and wanted me to come out with her, so I'm out with her.
Gotcha. She all right?
Yeah, in
Okay.
a Shelly way.
Ooh, that does not fill me with confidence, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm, well, I'm being honest, I'm a little bummed that you couldn't make it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's Shelly's Shelly. Life happens.
Yeah, maybe next time things will work out.
Yeah, just let me know when you're free. I'll make time.
Yeah, for sure.
Have fun keeping Shelly alive.
Yeah, I'll do my very best, but no guarantees.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, bye. She hangs up.
Yeah, he looks at the phone. And there's like a long pause. And then he texts, "Sorry, cut us off a little fast. Seemed like you wanted to say something?"
Uh,
And he's just like, he's standing in the foyer of this movie theater, like sipping his soda.
yeah. She texts back, "Nope. I'll talk to you later."
All right. I think that's our scene. Which moves us to a difficult choice.
Okay. Um, I think it's a couple days later,
Mm-hmm.
and she shows up at your office during business hours.
Okay. Yeah. I think someone like he gets like a call. It's like there's someone here to talk with you, and he's like, God damn it, I don't have any meetings. And he comes out to the front. And he's like buttoning his blazer or whatever, and sees you and goes, "Oh, Ada."
Hey, are you busy? Could I talk to you?
Um, he looks around. Very busy. No, no, please.
Um, yeah, and she looks uncomfortable being here. I don't know if she probably came by a few times. There's probably people here who know that they used to date.
Yeah, I mean, his boss, who he
Oh
talked
yeah.
to about the
Forgot
ring,
about that.
uh, yeah.
No big deal. um that's fine. Um yeah. And I guess she goes with you like back to your office and like kind of awkwardly sits in the seat like across from the desk.
Yeah, he goes to sit behind the desk and says, "This is really awkward." And he just like moves his chair out from behind the desk and sits down. Uh, what's up?
Um I just kind of wanted to apologize for the movie thing.
Uh, Water under the bridge. I think you apologized on the phone, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if that was totally sincere. I'm intentionally revealing something
There's a
personal.
child yelling outside of my window and it's distracting. Okay. Roll damn dice.
14.
Um, well, I appreciate the honesty. Uh, it was a good movie, and I did mean it when I said that I would absolutely love to see it again.
Yeah, I know. I know that you did.
Okay. I just want to be I
Um
just want to be clear uh, on my intentions there. And I think I'm unintentionally revealing uh something
mhm.
in that he wasn't just saying that, but also like I think there's an implied I would love to see the movie with you
Mhm.
attached to it. A two up into the
Oh no.
threes. This tower's gonna have to fall eventually.
Um yeah, I came here because I think if us being friends is like going to be a thing, then I have to be honest with you.
Okay.
Um I I don't think we should do things like that yet. It just felt like we were kind of falling back into how things used to be,
Right.
and I don't know if I want that.
Okay. That's understandable. Um,
But I didn't want to just like drop off the map and like ignore your calls or.
right. Uh, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is that am I a problem for you?
No. I just kind of was, remembering why we were together for so long, and I just I'm trying to learn from the past, and I just think I like you too much to be the kind of friends that, go to movies together.
He shifts sort of awkwardly in his chair. Um, I, I don't, um, if we're having honesty time, uh, if that's, what this is,
I thought so.
I, I didn't stick around at her show, um, just to help, or just because of the art. And I'd be lying, I guess, if this whole situation didn't make me incredibly nervous and anxious. Um, but and I think he reaches out and like reaches for your hand, and that's gonna be my intentional touch. A 14. This motherfucking tower. Um, I Kate and Brian have been trying to set me up, and I have humored them. But I already knew that none of those people were for me.
We broke up for pretty good reasons.
I know.
And I don't I don't know if I'm different enough.
Ada, and I'm gonna push the tower over. I'd rather find out than ask myself if. And John kisses Ada.
Yeah, she kisses him back.
And I think that takes us to epilogue.
Yep.
Woo! Okay. So 20. I don't have the rules in front of me.
It's basically like fuck everything. You get to be together. That's basically what it is. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like fuck the world, damn the consequences. Passion, fire, etc., etc.
Yeah.
The actual writing of it is really good, and you should buy.
We're doing a bad job.
Game. Oh yeah. So I think they get back together.
Yeah.
Is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Tentatively, I think it works out.
Yeah, I definitely have nerves about it. I think it's definitely a learning curve, and I think she is like trying to figure herself out a lot too. And I definitely think it's not like perfect by any means.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, the difference is she's like trying to be a good person, right?
Right. Well, and she already, like, in our scenes, she demonstrated that she can think about other people.
Yeah, she's definitely being more mature than she ever was, and also more thoughtful than she was the first time. So
yeah. And John was legitimately like, shit happens about the movie. I think he's moved past like needing to feel useful, needing to feel specifically affirmed at all times. He's like gotten that insecurity handled. And so even in the times when she is like, I'm going out, bye, it doesn't like create a rift.
Yeah. And I think that too, that she's trying to be a lot more honest about what she's doing and why she's doing it. So like it wouldn't be just I'm going out because I'm feeling one type of way and I'm not going to tell anybody how I'm feeling. It's like I need space, like I need to go do this thing for XYZ reasons. And I think that is kind of reassuring to both of them. It makes it easier for her to like get the things that she needs when she needs them.
We did it. I was so stressed.
I had so much stress about that 8s for so long.
Yeah. Fucking I feel like that happens a lot in Starcrossed, where you get one number that is the devil's number.
The devil's number.
It's just like, please God, no. Holy crap. From our first game to this, 888 is the devil's number, confirmed. Chat's right. From our first game, which fucking, woo, that one hurt. That was tough. That one that one like wrecked me for a day.
That was a big ouch.
Being able to have it work out for them was real nice. I think later that night, actually, I messaged Summer and I was like, am I terrible for wanting to do a Starcrossed with these characters?
Yeah, it's literally like not even like 4 or 5 hours later. You need it to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think that the two games actually pair together really well. Because they're obviously, like, normally when you play Starcrossed, you create a reason that they can't act on their feelings. But I think that there's something very real about not acting on your feelings just because you've broken up in the past, and like the internal conflict of like, do we get back together?
Right.
And then obviously, like, if the tower had fallen early, it like can end like in a bittersweet way, or it can fizzle out really quickly. Like, there's so many different options there. Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, if you played Starcrossed beforehand, or Starcrossed beforehand, and got one of those endings, you could play knowing you to detail out your epilogue.
We could technically play knowing you again.
No, I refuse.
Go through that second breakup.
I will never play a game with you again.
And then you just go back and forth.
We're done.
Forever.
The Summer and Dylan bullshit hour had 2 episodes and that's it.
What? Yeah. I'm glad that they got a second chance.
Me too. I feel like role-playing games tell nuanced stories a lot better than a lot of other media, at a base level, right? Like, I don't know that the ceiling of how well that can be handled is different, but the floor where it starts at, I think role-playing games do a better job. And like, obviously there are billions of movies and TV shows and books about, like, they loved each other and then it didn't work out, but then they got back together. Huzzah! And like, to stand on my soapbox for a second.
Do it.
I really do feel like the only way that ever works in a healthy way is if people actually change over that time, right? Like, people you need to actually address why you broke up in the first place and resolve that. And because otherwise you're just going to run into the same thing or something related, and it's a problem. So I really liked that we got to do that intentionally with these characters and be like, no, it's not just the game says that we get back together, but like, the characters worked on their shit.
Yeah.
And did the work, and then they got to be happy. And I really like that about role-playing games, and about these 2 games in particular. So thank you for playing super emotional, stabby, painful, vulnerable, awkward games with me. I love it.
I love the awkward.
Yeah, Summer and I were talking in the break about, like, awkward is where we thrive.
It's so good.
Awkward is the dumpster that I live in. So
yeah, I'm awkward role playing when I don't have to be, when there's no reason to be. I love it. It's so fun.
God, fucking Ren.
I was literally just thinking about it.
Yeah, Ren. Yo, if y'all haven't watched Storms and Stars, is that what it's called? I don't. I should know the name of our show.
It's okay. I'm like, which way is it?
The Stars into the Storms. I think
it's the one in the ocean.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that Alas for the Awful Sea game over on Off the Table, just to shout out Summer's channel real quick, that's off_the table. If you haven't watched the recordings for that game, Summer has the most awkward NPC.
But also charming a little bit.
He's really not.
He is a little bit.
I mean, he is a little bit. The
in
thing
his
is,
awkwardness.
Like, every time he says something, like every scene that he has, as an observer, I vacillate between, oh, it's cute, to like, God, this motherfucking disaster. Just, what is wrong with him? Like, and there's no, like,
there's no in between.
There's no in between. There's no point where I transition between those points. It's literally just like a light speed transfer from point A to point B.
Oh, I love that kid. so weird.
Yeah.
So genuinely uncomfortable at times. But see,
Absolutely.
I don't have to do that, and I do anyway because I love it.
Right. But yeah, I really liked getting to go through, because like every scene that we put these two in, by its nature, was awkward.
Was uncomfortable. Yeah.
So, and I liked also getting to move from like the pain of that first scene. Like that first scene was awful, to like we got to be kind of comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
At the end. And that felt really organic. I loved it.
Yeah, it was perfect. And now they have names. What the hell?
Yeah. So Starcrossed is a really good game.
Agreed.
There's a link in chat if you're watching this on YouTube. There's a link in the description below. Definitely check it out. But before we go, Summer, we already talked a little bit about you, but you should talk about yourself some more.
Sure. Hi. You can find me on Twitter at Just a Summer Job, where I retweet everything that I'm doing because I refuse to tweet anything myself. I have a channel here on Twitch, off_the_table, where we play a bunch of games. It looks like we're going to be coming back with pretty much full-time shows at the end of August, last 2 weeks of August. We're planning on renewing a bunch of shows. We're finishing up a couple that got like kind of overlapped with me having a baby. So we have a few like remainder episodes to finish up. And then we'll be doing maybe a couple new shows. I got to figure out scheduling stuff, but just follow our Twitter, off_the_table, same there. And in the next 4 to 5 weeks, we'll be putting out some podcasts, some Urban Shadows podcasts, and Dylan will be a part of that.
Yes, I will be on East Cedo Beach, which is better than Cape Lorelei, and you should listen to that one and not the other one.
Yeah.
Or you should listen to the other one only so you have ammunition to make
reference. Yeah, there you go. So you can pit them against each other.
Yes.
And be like, well, in East Cedo Beach, they did this. And I'll read all the comments, and I will take in the juiciness, and it'll be incredible. I'm like the referee, but I want everyone to lose.
That's what makes a good GM, I'm told, is not being a fan of the player and just
being their biggest enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a Dungeon World agenda for the MC there, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of mine is just put them in danger. I don't know, like
yeah,
just shoot at them.
I think Dungeon World's version of that is make their lives interesting. But if I dig into that, I'm going to start talking about game design, and we're going to be here for another hour. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more of it, you should hit that follow button up there on the top right here on Twitch. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you should press that subscribe button down there on the bottom left if you're on desktop. I never use YouTube on mobile, so I know what that looks like. And we will be back. There will be more video game streams happening midweek, and role-playing game streams happening literally tomorrow. We have episode 15 of Ryoko Seo, aka Travel, our Ryutama game, where we left off on
sadness,
a big ouch, and we're coming back to literally right after the big ouch. So, if you haven't watched, but it'll get better eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
And Jess mentions that she's still working on the art in chat, and it's gonna look really good.
It looks so good.
So good. Even at the work in progress state where it's at. Jess sent me the first finished piece last night, and I literally didn't have the words to describe how good it looks. I am a straight man, but New Mule looks very good. He's a very good looking man.
Shut up. I'm so glad. I can't wait to see my baby.
So, tune in for that. And if you haven't watched Core 1, which I'm a fucking nerd and a weeb, and so I'm specifically structuring this show like an anime, like a weirdo. So Core 1 is the first half of Season 1. If you didn't watch that, it's all up on YouTube. But if you don't have the time to watch all of that and you want to just jump in tomorrow, I will be doing a rough recap of the first half of the season, so you will not be completely lost. So don't worry about
if you really
that.
liked all of our awkward relationship conversations, there are awkward feeling conversations that happen in Core 1. So check
You're
it
gonna
out.
fucking love every conversation between Liam and Mule because it's just that for 14 episodes.
More to come.
So yeah, definitely check that out. On, let's see, what's going on stream-wise. On Wednesday, I will be back with more Spellforce 3 at 5 p.m. Pacific. Oh, and Travel tomorrow is 6 p.m. Pacific. So Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, more Spellforce 3. We're going to finish the game, hopefully, and then follow it up playing Finding Paradise, which is the sequel to the Moon, which made me cry, weep openly on stream because it was a very good, very emotional game, so I expect more of that. On Saturday, so a week from today at noon Pacific, we will have the conclusion of the Burning Shores of Agilia, where I play just the worst person ever. And Sunday, of course, we will have episode 16 of Travel. I don't think I have anything else in there, but if I do, following me on Twitter at Anarasis is the best way to find out about that, and or joining the Discord, beep boop, right there, where you can yell at all of us, but specifically me, about how awkward my characters are, and how dare I roll so many 8s. But that's going to be it for us today. I have more work to do for tomorrow, so I'm going to go do that. But thank you all so much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to say some thank yous to Carpe Guitarem for the follow here and the subscription on YouTube. Big thanks. And Summer, I already thanked you for your 6-month resub, so I don't know why Twitch gave it to you again, but you know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your emotes, and congratulations on the new shield. And there are monetary ways you can support the show that are linked below, whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube. But I've already done enough spiel at the top of the show here, or at the end of the show, the bottom of the show, wherever this goes. So I'm gonna just call it there. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to see you again. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.